know how I do, and you know how I flow. Can I get your name and number? Cause I like your stilo, and I dig the way you move and the way you do your thing. Baby, you can bring it on, you can swing it this way. You know how I do, and you know how I flow. Can I get your name and number? Cause I like your stilo, and I dig the way you move and the way you do your thing. Baby, you can bring it on, you can swing it this way. The way you move, and I dig the way you move, and I dig the way you move.
Hey guys, it's Malik, and you're listening to him. You know, I got my posse with me, my family, my niggas. What's up? I have Trey, Aaron, and Stevie.
Yeah, baby.
Get away from the mic with your tongue. Hey, Aaron here. What's going on with y'all, man? Like, I want to know what has been happening with y'all since the last episode. Stevie, what's going on?
Baby, listen. I'm just trying to get my emotions on a balance. I've been very emotional this week. Just thinking about everyday life, things that are going on in my life, my mom, her health, my sister, just family, everything has just been on my mind. And it also like revolved and came back to me thinking about myself and getting myself together. I just been very emotional this week. I've been going through the week like a little agitated, a little nasty attitude here and there. I've been really a mess.
I mean, okay, so now that you know, it's time to fix it, right? Time to
Yeah, I'm on that route, I promise.
I think he was trying to fix it with Henny.
Last night, and I don't even drink Hennessy, and the bitch had too many cups. Drowning with the alcohol.
So it's time for all of y'all to admit that Henny is nasty. I don't care.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You can give it up. We all know already. Give up the pretense. It's gross. Like, we can all share in the fact that it's gross and just move on with our lives. Like,
I thought literally only people in New York drunk it because I've never heard of Henny until like I moved to New York. And I promise you, like, I've never heard of it.
that shit tastes like rubbing alcohol and like distress.
Bitch, that's what the fuck it's for. Y'all supposed to, what the fuck are you drinking?
Mind you,
Supposed
she's
to
the
have
youngest.
A pina colada or something? Like, bitch, it's supposed to be real strong.
Anyway, I was just asking y'all what was going on with y'all week so I can talk about mine.
Bitch, I ain't go.
Well, girl, you worked and you want to go on vacation. So,
Yo.
all right.
Move. See, this is why we always gonna have a fight, because he always trying to comfort me in the worst ways. Let me just say, my week was good. I mean, finals are over. Like, I'm about to go to Philly and act a fool. You know, because when I'm in school, I'm in school. I don't be doing too much. But when I go home, it's something worse. I'm about to go in be my worst behavior, y'all. And then I'm hitting Atlanta too for the Christmas holidays. I'm gonna see my babies. If you don't know, I'm gonna let you know I have really, really bad baby fever, and I cure it by seeing my little cousins. I really want a baby, but these hoes tell me I'm real young to be thinking about that already.
Early.
Too early.
Look. It's never too early to plan, ho.
That's a lie.
Y'all
No
out here gonna be
kids.
90 with a 7-year-old. I ain't gonna be that.
I don't even want him. No shade.
Oh no. But anyway, I am doing really well. Ugh, his face. Sorry, but I'm doing very well. Aaron, it's your turn.
I registered for classes, y'all. Hey. In January, I start school, but I went in and I had a meeting with the dean and I registered for classes. Just 4 classes, so I can do the full-time jaunt. They're all-night classes right now because I might still be working while I'm doing it, pulling a full hustle. That might not last very long, but hopefully no one at my job is listening to this. I'm really, really, really excited. It's becoming more real, as the weeks go by, and I am. Now it's like I'm over the moon. I think I do this thing where I tend to like think of all the things that can go wrong, and so that stops me from getting like excited about things. And it's like until I'm in it and doing it, that's why I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing it. I'm excited, but I'm allowing myself to get excited because I know that it's happening, and I'm really about to be in college, y'all. And that's blowing my mind because I've never been to college before. So I am really, 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 really excited. So.
And then when bitch, and you told us you ain't never been to college before, and now you're about to go to Fordham, which is like one of the most sought after institutions in New York City. Like,
I mean,
Come on.
you know, whatever and shit and stuff or whatever and stuff.
Lord, I'm giving a PSA to all the college young kids out there. Please stay away from Aaron. He will corrupt your mind, suck your toes.
No, college kids, I have advice. I have love and happiness to give you, and hugs and massages and all sorts of
Don't give too many massages.
scandalous and probably not socially acceptable things.
Yeah.
Come and see me.
Toe sucks and
Yeah.
armpit licks and sniffs. I'm giving a PSA. Please stay away from Aaron. Unless you're into that and you want your toes sucked.
And they do.
Oh, okay. Then that he is your guy.
so y'all are a mess. But New York City is such a magical place.
To some.
It's so magical to me just because I have literally been, all of the opportunities that I've been receiving have been amazing, but I've been in the right place at the right time. And I was just actually texting Aaron about an opportunity to work for a charter school in Brooklyn kind of has fallen in my lap. And I'm just like, wow, and I just got a new job. So it's it's amazing to have, finally be working towards something and just to be I'm literally in the thick of my dream. Like I'm knee deep in my dreams, and it's so amazing to be that. And like I say, in New York City, it's just so magical, and I love living here. I love being here, and yeah, which leads me to, I want to ask y'all a random question. What is one goal? So what is the goal from your 5-year plan? What is one goal from your 5-year plan? And if you don't have a 5-year plan, what would you like to have accomplished in 5 years?
Is it personal, professional?
It can be anything. It could be anything.
Ah.
Like in the next 5 years, I want to study in France for a year. And I've always talked about this with Trey. But
Bonjour.
I literally that's something that I'm working hard toward, and I want to live overseas for at least a year. And if I can have more, I would love more. But that's something that I'm working toward, and that will happen within 5 years.
Well, bitch, dust up on your French, because I sent you a good French statement the other day, and you
I
paid it. Okay?
I paid it. I got 5 years, bitch, to learn French. I just said 5 years.
Look, a bitch took French for years and don't know a damn word except for a few things. So, look, I'm not judging, but my 5-year plan, oh my God. And I always plan everything out, and I don't even have this planned.
Y'all not ready.
I mean, I think for my 5-year plan, 5 years I'll be out of school. So most likely I want to be, I feel like I'm going to be living in New York still. I'm not over it yet. I tend to be over things very quickly, but not this city yet. And I think I'm going to live in New York. I'm probably going to be hustling, but I'm going to be doing what I love. I mean, I already am in positions where I'm meeting these people that are the tops of their fields, and I'm just my, want to say sophomore year, junior/sophomore year in college. So I see big things, and 5 years from now, you may see me in a magazine or something.
Come on.
Shit, you may see this show on TV.
Yeah, baby.
You may get the gay male version of The View, honey.
Come on.
Him.
Yeah.
So, Stevie, you got a lot of ad-libs, bitch. What's your 5 years? And speak up, home.
I'm here like always. The bitch always trying to come for me all the damn time, child. I want to come over what Malik said about going out of the country. I honestly have always said since I was little I want to go to London and just be in everything there. I'm addicted to the British or the English accent. I am I have a story as usual. I remember
Story time.
Yeah. I remember when I was maybe 14, 15, and we took a class trip to an ice skating rink, and they were English tourists that came in, and I was just like amazed by their accent. It was just like I was staring and like just mesmerized, and they were looking like, why is he looking at me like that? I was like, I am so in love with your accent. Like, and I said to myself, I have to go to London. Like, I really have to go. Like, I have to set that in my 5-year plan.
So one of the goals from my 5-year plan is to have a chest. I
A what?
a chest because I think my entire life I've gone through life without having those two boobies on my chest.
my
I've had
God.
a nice little expanse where my chest is supposed to be. And I think that it's time. You
can have
for me
mine,
to start building that joint up. So I mean, I have many goals in my 5-year plan, but that's definitely one of them. It's connected to how I despise the gym and everything that it represents, but I do want to build up some muscle mass, and I've been talking about it forever. Everyone that knows me knows that I've been talking about working out and going to the gym for years, and I've never done it. So that's actually something that I'm going to do. Instead of just talking about it, it's something I'm gonna do. So y'all see, because I take a lot of pictures. So y'all gonna see it when the chest debuts. It's gonna be on the gram. Y'all gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hot off the press.
dog, because I'm gonna be wearing all sorts of tight ass shirts, and I'm gonna be pulling them shits up, and y'all gonna see me at Sizzle. It's gonna be crazy.
Just say, give it all you got.
Okay, so that was another PSA for the Aaronettes out there
yeah.
to just get ready for the new debut of Aaron.
The rapture is coming.
Yes, we're getting you ready. I'm just saying, we may even get a calendar out there just for y'all.
Listen, Trey, I love you down. I need you
Hey,
to pay
sis.
the Aaronettes, okay? That's what I need you to do. Because if I fight you while we're recording, I feel like it's not gonna translate well. You know what I'm saying? The girls will be
The
like,
audience,
what's
bitch.
going on? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That might cause some controversy. So what I need you to do is pay it.
So look right on along. But no, going to our next topic, and this is not really like a major topic. This is kind of something I wanted to throw on the table before we actually get into what we really want to talk about. But so I hate when you have to find a new barber and you have to go to a new atmosphere, and just basically what I want to talk about is the homophobic atmosphere that is the barbershop. And how it just causes me so much pain and tension when it's time for me to get my hair cut. So how do y'all feel?
I've been very blessed. In my career with barbers, I've had a few, but I had one that was real good. But it ended when I was a child, and then I had another woman. She was amazing, but then that barbershop closed down, and then I found another one, and she was amazing. But I've never felt as uncomfortable as I heard a lot of people feel when they go in. I don't know what was the atmosphere that I was around, but I never felt a need to change anything from deepening your voice or the way you walk in or trying to join in every conversation. I've never had to feel that, so I may be at a disadvantage.
I understand what he's saying, because I was like dating someone and I had this conversation with him, because no shade, if you're dating a masculine man, it's to let him know of the things that you have to go through as someone who identifies as femme. And I was like telling him about a situation. I literally had to fight on White Plains, bitch. I was on 213 in White Plains trying to get my hair cut. And this nigga, he came out of his motherfucking mouth sideways at me. So, bitch, I had to get motherfucking stupid on White Plains. I had to get in that nigga ass. And so it shouldn't give that. I should get the same respect that any other patron, because motherfucker, I'm paying. So it's just very much of, I really get upset, and there are people who don't experience that, when they go into the barbershop. But bitch, when I come in there with my motherfucking skinny jeans on, my motherfucking, whatevers, I should be able to still be respected regardless of what I have on, what I look like, how I'm speaking, bitch. I'm paying first and foremost.
And then the atmosphere is so fucked up because it's like, even as a masculine presenting guy, it's like I walk in there and the subject matter, like what y'all talking about.
Oh.
Yo, like you spewing all sorts of awful shit in the air, and I'm sitting there like I'm mad uncomfortable. Like, you know, I'm just here to get fresh and leave. Like, why is it that homophobia and transphobia runs rampant in these situations? Black men. You know what I'm saying? They're so toxic at times, and it's ridiculous. And, you know, I hate, like, it makes me sick to my stomach, like, sitting in there, because I'm just like, okay, I just want to get my haircut, get the fuck out of here, dog. Like, and it's so difficult to find a place where you don't have to, like, deal with that, you know. And then it's even worse when people assume your sexuality and try to talk to you about women, or worse, try to get you to be complicit in the homophobic discussion. And then you got to reveal yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, now everybody looking at you sideways, and it's like, bro, like, so I got to fight with a cape on? Like, I just, like, leave me alone, dog. I just want to get my hair cut and go. I'm a nigga just like y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Chill out with that bullshit.
Yeah.
And finding queer-friendly barbers is so difficult. And then when you find a queer-friendly barber, it's like, you're not queer-friendly so much as you make me a caricature.
Yeah.
Everything is about me being gay. That's all you want to talk about, because you just want to show how you know, I'm so supportive of
Or
gay
how
folk.
progressive you are, bitch.
Right, and it's like, bro, like, just like I said with the homophobic motherfuckers, I'm here to get my hair cut and
it.
go. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't got to discuss, you know what I'm saying, ballroom culture and tops and bottoms and, you know, oh, when's the last dick you sucked? Because I just love talking about dick sucking because gay people are great. Like, you
No.
pay it. Like, just cut my hair. Don't say anything homophobic out your mouth. Let me pay you, and then I'm gonna go. Like, I don't need all that extra bullshit.
I just also wanted to add with something that you said. I was reading an essay by Audre Lorde, who is a lesbian and she's a feminist as well, and she was saying that usually it is the marginalized person's duty to inform and educate, you know, and even though it's not our responsibility, inadvertently that becomes our duty, but it's just like, nigga, I am not the motherfucking encyclopedia on all
About
things
everything.
gay,
Yeah.
you know, so don't even bring that to my doorstep. But yeah.
I think honestly, every time I go into the barbershop, I am completely uncomfortable. It never changes. It's never different. I actually went to the barbershop, you know, the other day, and one of the boys that I went to high school, he dapped me up and said, "What's up?" And there were other people that I grew up with that were in the barbershop with me that didn't speak. Now, you guys, people know, you know who I am, you know what I am. I'm not saying that you have to speak to me every time, but I would like to have the same respect as everyone else that's in the barbershop, no matter what sexuality I am. I would want everyone to be like, "What's up, Steve?" All I need is a "what's up." We don't have to have a full conversation. I don't want to know what you're doing today or tomorrow. Hey, what's up? There's been guys that's come into the barbershop and that have not even acknowledged me, not even spoken to me, and then they want to involve me in conversation, especially about women, which I don't really know too much about because I'm gay, and, you know, I don't really want to know about the last bitch you fucked or the last, because I'm not out here telling you the last nigga I fucked. I don't need to know that. But I just want the respect of, when you come into the barbershop, say what's up. It's not a problem. It's not going to hurt you. I'm just going to say hi and we're going to go about our day. That's it.
But I also just want to flip it though, because have you seen how uncomfortable like straight people get when we're like talking about dick? Like, so imagine like literally straight men are always talking about pussy, bitches, like all the time.
Cringe.
You know, and I'm like, okay, this is not something that I care to hear about, but bitch, let them say. Sometimes I'll walk down the street and I'll just pull up my phone and I'll carry, and I'll be not really on a phone call, but I'll be like, yeah, bitch, I just sucked a old 10-ass-inch dick last night. And just to see that Caribbean lady's face come together, or just to see that Caribbean man's face come together, it's just like, yeah, bitch,
Now
I'm
what?
gonna make you fucking gay.
Yeah.
I cannot deal with you.
But yeah, like it's time to like really throw that shit back on them, because it's just like, you get to exist endlessly in my space and you don't have to. I'm oh my God, I don't want to get too much into it, but I'm reading Hunger by Roxane Gay, and she it's a memoir about her she's super morbidly obese, but it's about how people don't pay attention to spaces and how a person uses a space. And I don't think straight people understand how claustrophobic being gay can be. It's like I'm constantly having to be in these spaces where I can't expand, and that's an issue. When you can like literally expand and overflow over me, where I can't even exist and be who I want to be, that's an issue. And that's more so what I have when I go to the barbershop, because I'm like literally trying to shrink into myself.
Think about a lot. Mm-hmm.
You know? literally trying to be less flamboyant. And when I say flamboyant, I don't mean feminine. Like almost like I want to be invisible just to get a haircut. And it really sinks that low in certain places. It's just like, girl, I just really want to breeze in and breeze out, but it never goes that way.
Yeah, but I think that takes us to our topic. I mean, I think going to the barbershop is, for y'all, is a coming out experience over and over and over again, because there's always new people that you're put in front of. And I know, Aaron, right? You have a lot to say on this, right? Okay, well, bitch gave me the shrug, so I guess not. But no, coming out, I think, is very hard for people. For myself, it wasn't the hardest experience ever. I myself don't believe in the whole coming out to people. I've always, when I'm young, I didn't have to do it. I came out to my parents through a text message, like, "Oh, by the way, y'all, and what's for dinner?" Like, that's what it was. And I didn't have, like, I'm not going to walk up to everybody that I know, like, "Well, I'm going to tell you I'm gay." Like, I just was like, well, bitch, no, you don't have to walk. Did you walk out the room and say, "Mama, I'm straight"? Like, you didn't have to do that. So why am I putting that onto myself, that extra pressure, that extra conversation where, bitch, I'm going to just live the way the fuck that I want to live. And if you don't want to deal with me, guess what? Bitch, there's the door. And that's better for my life. So that's how I took it. And that's why when I was a kid, I didn't have to. I just did it to my parents just to give a heads up, like, hey,
This is what it is.
This is what it is. If you see a man, just know, like,
This is what it's giving.
this is what gives. Like, and so for me, I think I didn't have the typical coming out experience as many people did. And so for me, I'm a little jaded because it went so rosy for me somewhat.
Well, I think that now that I'm a little bit older, I view coming out different. I think that my coming out story now is my declaration to the universe and just to the spirits that I am a gay man and that I choose to be a gay man. And this is my story, my journey, and it's mine. So I don't get me wrong. I think a lot of people's coming out stories is marred in pain and challenges and whatnot. But I totally look at my coming out. It's a rebirth. Like, this is who I am. I'm a man and I'm gay and this is how I'm living my life. But I came out when I was a junior in high school, and I told my mom. I think my mom has always known I've been gay, and I think she said that before. Bitch, I've known I was gay since I was in kindergarten. I didn't know it had a name. I didn't know that, it was a label for it, but I knew that I've always loved men, especially black men, And I would always used to get bullied. Oh my God. I would come home crying. The girls would call me faggot in elementary school and middle school. I had to start seeing therapists just because I was like really, really depressed because I got bullied so much. And keep in mind, y'all know I'm like 5'7", I'm 120 pounds. So I have always been like a small little thing. So the girls like really, really used to give me hell in elementary school and middle school. But coming out is, I think everybody, like the age group that I come from, coming out is like, it was hard, because where I'm from, there wasn't a lot of gay people around. So it's just like, you couldn't click up, or there wasn't someone that I could go to or someone that I can copy or use as an example. So when I came out, it took a lot of courage, but it was painful just because I knew, I felt that it was something wrong. And looking at my parents' faces, it felt wrong. But I now know that this is my life and I know that I'm living it the right way, but coming out is definitely important.
my coming out story has like two sides to it. The first side is when I was in high school, there was honestly, I want to say like two out gay people that that really were like not out and like about and doing stuff and like being known, but we knew who they were. And I took it upon myself one day to be like, I sat down with my best friend, and we were both like going through like, how are we gonna do this? Like, this is something that everyone's keep talking about. Like, they know we're gay, blah 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 blah. But I took to MySpace, and it was like actually there was like a day that the computers took the block off of MySpace because at school they weren't letting us use it. They was like, it was too many things going on there.
They had stormed the computers, bitch.
For some reason, there was probably like a glitch or something, and MySpace was open. I took to my page and I changed my entire page because everyone in school was friends on Facebook. MySpace, and they knew, what was going on. So I took to it and I changed everything on my page to gay. Everything. Like, the background was very flashy. I had Diana Ross, I'm coming out. I changed my name on Facebook. I keep saying Facebook because Facebook is known now. But MySpace, I changed my name to Too Many in the Closet. I had to come out. And it was like, when I posted that, it was like, soon as I walked out of the library, it was just like oh my God, Steven, you're gay. Oh my God. Like, we always knew. But I was just like, y'all don't understand how long it took for me to do that. Like, y'all are taking it as like, oh my God. But it's just like, damn, bitch, you overcame that. Like, you came out and did that. And the second part I want to put on it is that with my family, one of my family members was very, 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 very disrespectful to the fact of me coming out. I'm not going to mention any names because I'm just like, it's nothing for them to get any shine from it. But it's the fact that she took it upon herself to tell me, like, listen, you shouldn't be doing this. You're going to go to hell. You should read the Bible. You should stay away. She was basically trying to keep me away from my best friend. And it really, really took me to a place, like, I was, like, scared to now already come out in school, but to bring it to my family was completely different. And with her doing that to me, it really fucked up a lot of shit. And it really made it, when I had to bring it to my mom, it was just like, the way I told my mom coming out of the closet to my mom was probably one of the hardest things, or one of the biggest things that I like really hate the way it played out, because me and my mom are very, very close. And what I told her that I was gay, it was like, I'm shaking. I told her that, it was like an argument, and I really hate arguing with my mom. And I didn't feel like the way I said it to her was correct, because it was like a heated argument. And I said to her, you know what? She was like, well, why are you going around saying this? And I was like, because I'm gay. And it was just like hard. And she was in front of her best friend. It was just like a big thing. But the thing about it was, I just wanted to tell my mom in the sense of me and her having a situation, not the family member blatting it and just bringing it up as like a negative thing. And I just wanted to make sure that me and my mom were good, because I honestly didn't care about who else knew in the family, but I just wanted to make sure that me and my mom were like on a good place and she respected me. So when I told her everything that was going on with me, it was just like, it was a burden off my back. And I didn't know that she would be so supportive. I should have, looked like, this is my mom. I shouldn't keep this from her. And I kept it from her for a long time. And in her mind, she was just like, baby, you should have been told me. You should have just knew I'm mommy. Like, you shouldn't worry about everything else. Just worry about your mom and know that she has your back. And my mom actually, started doing her research on, being gay and stuff like that. And she brought it to the family in the sense like, this is my baby. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all are going to respect my child. You're going to make sure you're not going to disrespect him in any way. You're going to make sure that he's comfortable in every situation, because if I have to bring it to the table, it's going to be nasty. And you know how moms are with their kids. My mother do not play with her kids. So when I brought this to the table, she was just like, baby, you should have been told me. And it's one of the biggest things on my heart all the time, that my coming out wasn't the best with my best friend, which is my mom. I should have had a very, very different approach to it. But since the family member made it so negative, it was just like, bitch, I don't have no choice but just to scream it out, because this person's on my back telling me I shouldn't hang out with my best friend. I need to read the Bible. I need to go to church. Being gay is a sin. And it's just like, what the fuck? This is not how I'm supposed to be doing this with my mom.
We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go nowhere.
Hello, my darlings. This is Aaron, and you're listening to Him. Make sure to check us out on Twitter and Instagram at Him Podcast, and take a look inside our heads at himpodcast.com.
Hey y'all, we are back. It got really deep, and thanks Stevie for sharing.
You're welcome.
And Aaron, hey friend, how are you?
I'm well, love.
Yeah.
Aaron, how about you talk to the people a little bit?
Coming out means so many different things to me, and I'm going to try my absolute best to keep them all in order and not to go too far on a tangent. I came out when I was 16 years old, and I was a sophomore in high school, and I say came out, but I was actually outed. My uncle, he was the only other one that was out in the family at the time, and he was 24, and I told him before I told anyone else in the family, and it was a weird time because my mother, your parents always know, and my mother, she was becoming more and more upset about the fact that I hadn't had a girlfriend. I had all sorts of friends, friends everywhere, but I didn't have a girlfriend, and she wanted to know why, and the pressure was increasing because there was a truth there that we both knew, but one that she didn't want to acknowledge, and the one that I was too scared to, let free. I'd known I was gay forever, but I'd accepted it and said this is not a thing I could fight anymore at the age of 12. I remember it very well. I said to myself, this can't go on, this constant self-doubt. And so I said to myself, and I said it out loud, and it was such a moment. I was 12 years old. I was young, but I said out loud, I said, I'm gay. And just saying that, I felt transformed. And then from then on, I began to share it with friends, but never with family. So I remember I was at the mall the night before, everything came out into the open, and my mother called me, and she wanted to know who I was at the mall with, and I said my friends. And she started to yell at me, and she's like, you always have friends everywhere, but you never have a girlfriend. Where's your girlfriend? And I didn't have an answer for her, so I just remained silent while she screamed at me, and she was yelling so loud that people walking by in the mall could hear her. She wasn't even on speakerphone, and people were shooting me apologetic looks, and she was, she kept ratcheting herself up higher and higher. Why don't you have a girlfriend? Why don't you have a girlfriend? Why don't you have a girlfriend? And I screamed back, I don't know. And there was dead silence there for about 10 seconds. And she said, I'll see you when you get home. She hung up on me. And my friends were comforting me because I was upset, So then we were on our way back to drop me off at my house. I called my uncle. And I was like, Sam, I have to tell her I can't do this anymore. And he was like, are you sure? He's like, I was years older than you before I came to any conclusion. I was like, no, I've known, this is not a thing I can doubt, but I have to tell her this can't go on. And he's like, all right, well, I'll support you. I'm saying, call me if you need anything, let me know. And so, I got home, and, I was expecting, another big fight or some sort of explosion. It was 10 PM, and I walk in the house, and the house is dark, and my mother had a rule, when you walk into my house, you have to come find me to let me know that you're there. And, so I went to her room, and I knocked on the door. She said, come in. So I came in, and I said, I'm home. I said very tentatively because I felt like, something was going to come. But she was watching TV, and she said, all right, I love you. Go to bed soon. And I was like bewildered because I was like, after all that huge argument that we had, I thought it was going to be a thing. I thought first you were going to, calm me down for disrespecting you by yelling at you because I never yell at my mother. And then it was going to lead into the fight. And I think that was the reason why, because I was expecting a big fight, but there wasn't one, and that deflated me, and I chickened out. And I shut the door, and I went back to my bed, and I fell asleep. I woke to her shaking me gently, and she kept saying my name over and over again. And, I'm groggy, and I look up at her, and I'm like, what happened? And she's like, you told the family you were gay? And everything stopped. Time stopped. And it was like I heard her, but it was muffled. She was just telling me about, and I found out that overnight my uncle, in a show of solidarity to save me from having to come out to the rest of the family, told the rest of the family, because he had known, quote unquote, known that I was going to tell my mother that night. So my aunt called my mother the following morning and asked her if she was okay. And she's like, why wouldn't I be okay? What are you talking about? And she was like, your son. And that was how she found out. So she woke me up already knowing. And I just sat there. I didn't say a word. She talked to me for about a half hour, the Christian side of it, don't you know what you're doing to your life and the choice that you're making and, all that. And she went and got the Bible and read Bible verses to me. And then she sat and she just cried for a while. And this whole time I just sat next to her and didn't say anything. And when she was done, she got up, she kissed me on the forehead. She said, I love you, and didn't speak to me for 2 weeks. And it was crazy. But like after she left the room, I got up. And that relief that I felt, it was so strong that my knees wobbled and I almost fell back onto the bed. Even knowing, the backlash that was probably going to result and, just thinking about all the things that could go wrong because I have always been a pessimist, knowing that I didn't have to hide it anymore. Whatever was going to happen as a result of me standing in my truth. And that relief was ridiculous. I look back on that day as a day of happiness, even though it didn't go that great and the weeks that followed were full of pain and it's been a very slow and awful road to where me and my mother are now, which is a much better place. Right. But I look back on that day, as a day of happiness because I was like, yes, no more do I have to do this. And I know, Trey said that, he never had to experience a coming out thing and how the whole coming out thing is ridiculous, and it really is, but you have to think about the environment that led to that sort of thing. When I was younger than the age that I came out, just you grow up and you're surrounded by these attitudes and what people say, the hatred that surrounds you. And also growing up in a Christian household, it's like you learn from a very young age something is wrong with you. And you know how damaging that is for a kid? Very. How traumatic? To think that something that you never chose, something that you could not have, done anything about, even if you'd wanted to, was an abomination or something that was wrong. And so you have that. And then on top of that, you have people around you being taught anti-gay, beliefs, and they're just parroting what their parents or older siblings say. But, these are kids your age and they're spouting like homophobic rhetoric. And, you want to just like sink it to the ground and just not exist anymore. And so once you come to the realization, hey, I'm gay and this is not going nowhere, you keep it a secret because you're scared of what the people that you have become friends with, the people that you care about, these are your formative years. And, you're surrounded by people who are not going to be okay with it. And it's like, so you keep it a secret, and then coming out is so cathartic, even though it's, the whole proverbial closet should never exist because you finally choose to stand in your truth. And that is such a huge thing. And I think that nowadays coming out as somebody who is cis and, gay or lesbian is a hell of a lot easier than standing in your truth as a trans person, gender deviant, non-binary, asexual, it's so much easier because it's like, even though we've come a long way, we're still like at a huge disadvantage, but we got to think about those who are below us on the ladder. And the coming out process is still very prevalent, even though it shouldn't be, it still is. And you're right. Interrupt me because I'm on a ramble.
No, it's so many things that I wanted to say, but I want to first and foremost, I wanted to say that a lot of things in the gay community or just gay itself has always been rejected because the fear of the unknown. Yeah. And then also, and I've been reading a lot of things centered around queer theory and just gay in general, but also like, the government rejects a lot of things that if they can't make money off of it, they deem it deviant, or they have religion deem it deviant, and I've just when I was, said I came out when I was a sophomore in high school, but I would like literally be sneaking around town. And that's so dangerous, And it's just like, wow. Like I was dating someone that was like 25. I shouldn't have.
Come
I shouldn't have been, but you know me, I'm a fast girl. But you know what it's saying is just like I'm so glad that I don't have to do that anymore and to hide, just because that is a very wow. And no shade to the DL girls, you know, like I love y'all down, but bitch, that's a fucking tired ass.
Bitch, that's a 9 to 5.
Shwoo! And I've encountered some people who they look like they're out, but they're actually really DL. Like you see them in the streets with the girls, you think because they at the club, you know, with their girlfriends kikiing or whatnot, you know, you think they're out. But you know, you spend time with them, and bitch, they you know they only invite you over at night, bitch. They looking out your blinds when they looking out their blinds when you're leaving, and just so now that what I'm trying to say is that it was very challenging to get to who I am now. So it's just like I have no tolerance for people who aren't out. You know, and also I don't have tolerance for transphobia. I don't have tolerance for any homophobia. I don't have any time for like misogyny. Like it's just some bullshit that we just have to. It's zero tolerance, you know.
Because these things are what creates the proverbial closet. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have to think about who's around you when you're saying things out your mouth, and it's not only like, oh, so you can say things behind closed doors, but think about who is, you know, you never know, like the joke you might be telling, or, you know, whatever. Like there might be somebody sitting next to you on the train. There might be somebody walking who heard a snatch of your conversation and withdraws a little more because of what you said. And that's what happened to me. So I know what's happening to other folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, please, like, have a care, you know, for what comes out of your mouth. Show some empathy and realize that somebody is going, like, we're all, somebody else is just as complex as you are. And you have to realize that, you know, like our youth nowadays, I applaud them because they live in their truth with a ferocity that is unmatched.
Baby.
And sometimes I'm amused, but most times I am impressed
And gagging, for
and
lack
I
of better
am
words.
inspired. It's crazy, like, and I love it because it's like you even facing all of the crap that you've been facing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you're facing the same crap that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're like, yep, and I love that.
Courageous.
I love it, and I am your support system. Always know that.
Yeah, baby.
I just wanted to say one thing, but we had slightly talked about the whole perpetual state of coming out. Like there's always like a T with coming out, but I just want to say, black men, black gay men, I really want to release y'all from all of your pain, just all of the stigma that is tied to being gay. You know, I feel like if it wasn't for that, like if gay was the normal thing to do, we would all be in love. We would all be, you know, loving each other, loving ourselves. But the fact that it is internalized, it has caused so much turmoil within us as a people. And that's that healing that I'm working on personally for me, you know.
And I just want to say, if you are in the closet still, or if you have yet to come out, and if you need to talk to any of us, we are here. If you don't know where to reach us, our email is wearehempodcast@gmail.com. It's on our Twitter. It's on our Instagram. You can email us. We are here for you. This is what this community, this is what this safe space is about. And
And I also wanted to add, we talked about barbers. If you know any queer barbers, like any like niggas or any like, you know, lesbians, anyone that cuts hair in the city, in New York City, please email us because, yo, I need a fucking haircut and I want to respect the person that I give my money to and I want them to respect me. So please, if you like do your thing in New York City, cut hair, do hair, whatever, and you like service the girls, please send us an email or tweet us or hit us up on Instagram.
and know that himpodcast.com has resources. We have a resource page. We will put you up there because you need to be shouted out.
Please.
Yeah, baby.
So, like I always say, we back here next Wednesday. Don't go nowhere. You can always find us on Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud, as well as many of the Android systems as well. And don't go nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. So come back to us next Wednesday. Love y'all.
Yeah.
gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it real. And I dig the way you move. And I dig the way you move. And I dig the way you move. And I dig the way you